begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta.
And that man, they say, Bedemi Abraham, Anaka Belemi Abraham. In the 23rd day of July 2026, in the Kulo Relay, ya wazi. Yesome and that man, Negana mane motin. One is ya wazi dia mane kan kreke sapaka akrai and I kamo osaka high and I come yet transmitted live in that one the YouTube. That's all I transmitted live on the, TikTok until my own messages, or comment, or likes, or sharing, or views. Era not younger, we are having a technical challenge with the Facebook account, but then we are live on YouTube and also TikTok. One yawaze there, we'll be looking at my equalizero or Iwade Ghana Maninu, Titru and that Maninu, so we'll also be looking at it. That's all I want to say. Yeah, for sports tidbit, yeah, for yeah, bro. I call you as a sports tidbit here, indeed. In the day, more the finance minister is presenting mid-year budget, elect parliament. More the Ghana is quite more Ghana is a bomane or more kalata yaboloko parliament here. Indeed, we'll go details into it and find out budget the Komelam Nadia, Nadia or budget in one, and Nadia. Yeah, we should expect here, especially Yaba and Mani Nua. What should we expect from budget more beke ready our parliament in there we will have a tour program into stay and stick to your programming na ma views o comment regula one mesaha yeah yalma ma was sports say in my sports tidbit as a solar mesaha ehele vlo wo bedu bonso that is University of Anda bedu bonso teacher Same Moso wo yesterday kese as a solar ben bebre lu ahanezo baba babo to asa ye introduce be nti lesika mele bebre mam ho Queen Kenny Queen Dazzle na one me use a war a farmer Queen
Mr. Yeps.
waboko ye
Okay.
one on ye pick up jama uti arma laba
Hey.
krema
Oduko.
azale kadaka mezo ondozo
Stampla.
mkeke
Mozo konso mozo unduzo.
inside konso
Asa unduzo.
enya ka mawe
Hey.
nti inside konso
Maybe.
oh uti nume wale fine pa
Yes. Beauty by Ami.
Beauty by Ami.
Yes.
Oh, okay. One me producer MC Fasanche is on dozo sofusu. Aha. You see we na tu ale kaka nka say to.
Military.
Producer say le tu ale. Enti anyway, enti mani you are behind the scene in here na ya. My so me the gentleman miska say.
Okay, Yebekoda ya ma obibia good morning wherever that you are watching us from live on YouTube and then TikTok as well. And you be making sure that whilst the Facebook is not being attended to, you be making sure that you watch most of the any videos now from our TikTok pages and then our YouTube page as well. Now you would not miss anything that West Coast TV has to serve you. You go straight into the news. Asante Koroko, one head coach Eric Tinkler. Eric Tinkler. Or the Abba Betugades. As far as I know he is concerned, obe make sure that Asante Kotoko. Wobe for one time papa ifra. The Porcupine Warriors nana inkane nebo wondi nana baby a was also. Obe make sure that Obesanso will return with Wonder Dame as the Porcupine Warriors now. On Benny, na why the Porcupine no one so and water and plastic, but Obe make sure there on wa baby and one saka Obe wo emoja ebe free will same aba and he will not. Nothing is going to stop Asante Kotoko from achieving their goals or their aim this particular season. And I usher now or the Atugwa Yenko Black Stars defender Alexander Jiku. In there, and I mean the son and the Kweku Kahum. Sorry, Kwabena. Alexander Kwabna Bedu Jiku. Ne asoye idea or the reassurance or the break Ghana for there yenke na come to yen na due to injury nintia na wen kopem e World Cup no but obe make sure that ahead of the tournament be a order yen bia no Ghanaians are going to enjoy it very, very well. And yenke na come to yen on card he's going to end his international career, but he will try to motivate youth now because on any career no it is mainly to motivate I wanna not to motivate I wanna agonim dada no. So this is coming from Alexander Kwabna Bedu Jiku Yentiaro enko CAF president ne asoye na anape insama oshe na odia to go after ended that press conference na wo share na wo release na all me ati asede Patrice Motsepe me ati asede ade am senka Senegal na Nigeria sorry Senegal na Cameroon wotimi wo hwe na wotimi wo boy with the just ended World Cup here oba area na it would have helped a lot Now Cameroon and Nigeria now won't participate at World Cup in Indiana. African countries no one said that when give it out one best no you're sure there's a can Nigeria and Cameroon equal ball World Cup ni biankanya shekran we will get an African country qualifying into the quarterfinals or the semi-finals no hɔ I ɔhwɛ na wait to do hɔ ɛde ama ɛyɛ da why wo Patrice Motsepe ne asɔyɛ wahwɛ na ɔde ato gua dɛ he is going to assure Africans, the whole of the African continent in a day, he will fight and fight and fight until at least one African country is going to win the World Cup. Ma ocha there or the na World Cup no African country called Bipo or then Ojeno obetim washe na widen wakwenim even if one jipona so wotim kobo third and fourth position and as wotim wo kodru enim no be the second crown pona obetim washe na waboa yen na yehwe na yetiri wo ere ama yenko eye Accra Heart of Oak aha sisia ya me no ka say they are in negotiations with Dreams FC one forward John Enchi. Dreams FC won forward John Enchi ahead of 2026-2027 season. Wotim wa share na the Phobians were preparing na wotim wa signing Abrante and Eden edit John Enchi na wotim wa share na wabeboa won ewo the coming season ya order one enemy and a year share ye to do or Eddie Ama yen share niemfa enfentwa to ewo Patrice Motsepe ne aso ye bio e ade odi aba to gwa dem. The fans are saying Senegal won the World Cup. CAF and Bradley there, Morocco won the World Cup. But oh no, he is not going to be the African Cup, thank you. He is not going to allow himself to be involved in the main hula balu way. They are waiting for the final verdict. Because why the Senegal for the asem na akọ enim asem no the akọ no nim painful enti Sisiano obe make sure that until the final verdict no ansa na wetim wahwe na ma oye the trophy no kọ ne nchen na onye do kọ ne nchen na ya clarify na but for now cap no si baby osina.
For now cap no on si baby ma osina indeed. This Africa Cup final is not the I still don't get it. Now I know that football was pitch though. So now I want the football near courtroom. And Sasami, is it also embarrassing for me?
Oh yes, total embarrassment for African content in that because tournament ya buiri in a yashe either on the pitch or on the screen. What crown will be done on arena?
Fault of the ref.
Fault in the sense of the referee then.
Good Senegal for coin. He should have ended
the game. But they played and Senegal scored goals.
So he is saying that in Senegal for coin there was no need then he should have allowed them to continue the game for forfeiting the match.
Is that in FIFA rules there? Obi Kodama give the United power or pitching.
Patrice Motsepe, yeah, but make sure you bring me my reply.
No, but I think that at the end of the day, football is a game of unity. Sure. You get it, and there are protests in football.
Yeah.
At any point in time, players will protest a lot. You get it. Even the World Cup final, there were some protests left, right, center, and even in the World Cup, there were other games we saw protests or delay games in it for a lot of time. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that because one team has protested into yesterday, you want to another. Because it could be that referee decisions be or the satisfaction bar.
Yes.
People are not happy with referee decisions and they will protest. But it doesn't mean that because of that protesting into or today where you want to tournament in the moon. Like how? Well, anyway, so that is Africa for you, and we are just monitoring and hoping to see baby ma I don't know ako see. Anyway, so let's thank Madam Queen Dazzle. Today you look like a madam because of your hair.
I would be a madam.
Oh wow.
I'll be a lecturer.
But it means I'm a prophet.
Yeah, not a prophet.
I'm prophesying.
I've told you before.
I'm prophesying into your life.
And the madam for says I mean, I don't know teacher madam for them now.
It's like a bell lecture which we need. Because you don't start from know that gum. I will lecture. Or them come madam students are collection.
Oh, as for that one day.
It's
supposed to be done.
Yeah. Into the man away.
The man
simple and gentle.
Hey, but I mean simple and gentle.
Anyway, so that is Queen Dazzle for you, and that is sports tidbit for you. Ma yentra yehum bra yeba the show no better.
It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds life.
Akwabadakum mfamba West Coast TV Coastal Morning Show ya wane ya wazike ya le bazomo wenya akishede West Coast TV ya transmit live ewo agona ngada ya wo ADB bansane isolo azasola sa kan ya akraye ewo YouTube and TikTok. Yenya technical problem H jake ewo ya YouTube Facebook account ezo ya on Jima, but you can get us on YouTube as well as TikTok and different social media handles. One ya wazi dia ya mwati yezike the finance minister Dr. Kesa Atoforsen ele Ghana budget, media budget, ekanga wa parliament na ko parliament ba ho true na by approve na ko ya start spend it's a constitutional mandate na one ya wazia we are going to look at 2025 budget more bangale right down from 2026 to now, January to now. Now there as a budget, so we'll be looking at the macroeconomic indicators. Say, as well say you compare with currently my equal zolo. As well as soon we'll also be looking at in the budget is now there and that yenyane wonua. Na koye fameta and a we'll be looking at what and that we should be expecting from as a media budget more eba. Into one yawo teacher Same wo ekese teacher Same so say beti media on dozo ya ne ewa konwoso abrante say mo ahin akwa badoko
I'm Radu Miller.
Yo one yawaze yekra media budget more minister cover parliament but may I share to the media budget what are your expectations?
Okay, so as I can start, Mamzima or cherished viewers and listeners, no one is so. Ben Kenya, I think I'm a so before I call questions there about me expectation the media budget. In fact, it's a review into the last year November.
Okay.
It will leave for this year 2026. It was titled, can we say, resetting for jobs, growth and economic transformation, something. Resetting agenda, budget last year. Into May this year, okay, bana melanu okay by review crack. May honey last year November, and Basuka Madia Qua.
Okay.
Is there some changes, more Kebayana, any additions? Nampu Yaka budget is there. What is the budget itself?
Okay.
Uzopo as individual, you see, there's a conflict between Ukudokunu ne Mapake Ato.
Okay.
So Uskwa Sami, Nima Yakodoi, that conflict in tea, you okay? I prepare budget. Until I budget now, you prioritize Nima years out to first.
Okay.
With regards to Skumo Kudokunu.
Okay.
So you can buy. So like it happened to individuals, then it means a whole nation. So also that conflict is there about money is to come no money per care.
Okay.
That's about free revenue aspect and expenditure aspect. These are two key things more budget itself come from for the nation.
Okay.
I think this government really they were should I say blasting or they were one or the other blaming the previous government on their spending pattern of the country and how less they were accumulating revenue. And as here in our country, Ghana, always, in fact, always our expenditure is more than Ukrainian's revenue. Until always your budget deficit one more. The deficit here, kaka one more. Until kaka is where do you get the amount support? I'll come there. Until me for the first one made the revenue. Before I would say my expectation the review budget. I think you see the fight for revenue mobilization in the country a headache. And as a matter of fact, the current economy itself, the current economy of this country, previously, what you know is cocoa was supporting the economy. What you call the gold was supporting the economy, and other tax oil. Could quota but of late, the cocoa so it means recently, Ghana economy itself is based on gold and the support of that of the BOG, Bank of Ghana. So if gold board is not there currently for revenue, means you collapse as a country. So GRA is doing a bit of the whole process to mobilize revenue. So ask yourself, in this country, the tax will come for the layman, but layman also hates tax. From that tax, the tax base is closely. Mostly the come out and tax they come out by the government workers say because there is direct deduction, so you cannot avoid that. But more your although informal sector do a tax, most of they invade the tax. That also affects the revenue base for the country. So already we have problem with the revenue base as well. No expenditure. This country, this current economy, the government in administration, they are doing something more. I think it's helping the economy. That's why I can't go direct my expectation because one, they've tried to scamper with the help of some measures in place because the fiscal measures in place. First, Yanka. Any ministry at all can just stand up and spend before they come for approval from finance ministry. But now before you can spend as a ministry, you write for approval from the finance ministry before you spend. In this company, the expenditure has been controlled in a way. Until they've not pumped much money in the economy. And economists will tell you, so if you be in the economy, the inflation would definitely be stabilized a little. Mintima class is the price of items by horse already. But question any can be more acquainted squares. Has it there, but where's the money? Because they are not pushing more money in the economy
into the system.
Just to control inflation. Into one, they've handled inflation very well, which has reduced. Other parts of it is the exchange rate. Exchange rate too. I think for last 2 years, 2024 was 16 dollars or something. And I have dropped 10 Ghana cedis, which is okay. So these indicators are well performing. Or there some measures more put in place for the last year budget. And this year, because of the shortage in the revenue base, if I should talk of my expectation for this review year, see if this minister did not introduce or try to initiate any new tax currently here, any can make a hard.
So for you expect
I expect say some kind of new adjustment tax be so you can get more revenue. Because if not, I tell you, the 24 economy say a problem. Where is the money to start it? Where's the money? They will tell us that the money is there, but where is the money? Yeah, a big push. Although where's the money? All these projects they call them capital expenditure, and the capital expenditure they're more use codes. So you have to mobilize and maneuver your way out to be so smart in the system to get more money. If not, I'm going to say you go to IMF again. But if not, you run back to the IMF for support. So this review, I don't expect anything new better than KBR. You're going to either cut down some kind of expenditure, and now KBR they're going to introduce some tax. which currently maybe not even take place, maybe next year, say could take place early next year.
Okay, so I think you touch on revenue.
Yes.
You touch on expenditure. But one finances the other. You need to get revenue to be able to
financial spend. Yes. Yes.
But then your expectation is that government is going to introduce
some kind of tax
new taxes on the ordinary Ghanaian.
Yes.
Don't you think it will be appropriate if government rather cut down costs or expenditure?
Okay, so I'm able for developing economy. We are not developed yet. We are developing. So if you cut down expenditure, then it means you are not one or the other developing your economy.
Okay.
Because you have to spend to develop. Entire one year, but how would they do? You have to spend. But here the key must say, let's spend it. It's so we're developing.
Okay.
You get it? So so if you want to cut down expenditure, unless ABR, I don't know why Article 71 they cannot touch them. Because these are people more at least. They can cut down, even 20% will do for the country.
Exactly.
So if you want to cut down, not cutting down with the angle of capital expenditure, look at the revenue expenditure as well, salary base. You guys, you are taking more than usual. Maybe madam they are taking more than usual. But at least if they can look at those people and then do some kind of these executives and CEOs of public sectors and stuff, you can cut down small. You get some kind of money to support.
Okay, so for you cutting down expenditure is not something that
I don't think will help the economy.
Because when that is done, it can hurt the economy as well.
Very.
So for you think that the introduction of new taxes is appropriate?
I don't.
And that's what you expect?
I don't. For me, yes. Either they will introduce new tax or they're going to increase some tax rate.
Okay.
This fuel earlier, 1 liter bill, they impose a levy of 1 cedi on it. So either they will increase that 1 cedi to be a 1 cedi, 20%, 1 cedi something. They will increase more. Or they will find other angle to introduce that also rate mark to pay increase.
Okay.
Because they abolish some levies and taxes when they came.
Yeah.
The e-levy and COVID and stuff, they abolished it.
Sure.
So they also abolished, I think, the e-levy.
Yeah, e-levy.
But they to the back door to use the fuel. That was a smart way. So they can either increase that base more to get more revenue, or if not, let's go to the external market to borrow from them.
All right.
And Ato Forson is not that kind of person that want to borrow and finance Ghana economy. So if you not borrow, then it means you have to increase the tax rate.
All right. So I think we are talking about budget, but for the ordinary Ghanaian, when we are talking about budget, it is the things that government has been able to use the money that we generate to do, and we see. I asked of your expectation earlier. Mayara and that money na yehira. We are entering into, or we are ending 2026. Per the budget that was presented last year. For you, have you seen the budget working for you? Because we the normal Ghanaians, the things that we see with our eyes is what we talk about. Is the budget delivering for the good people of Anda?
So
prior to the review,
if the budget in your effect for the lives of indigenous or citizens as well, then it means Barbara bought from previous time before the budget is reserved after the budget.
Okay.
But let's look at this. Your Ghana Kishi. So Antawa is part of the country, Ghana. So in Ghana, I think Antawa is okay. Your Antawa is okay. They are recruiting security agency. They are doing some new recruitment. They have thousands of applicants. Thousands of them. In fact, hundreds of thousands. But they just went for some few number and came back, reported to us, if you can remember the comment, the current administration, be chairman of the party and this party, made the if you read the comment he made, if they are to recruit Ibila in the security, and you never so it kind of strategy, because one, the money is not there. Revenue is there. It was all 100,000 applicants here. But how do you pay them? You get it? Into one, you gave us a budget, the security agencies. Anta West Smith, you open the portal, you apply, Wi-Fi. So that budget, effect on our life because already still I'm not unemployed. You've made that hand. Teachers. Recently, they open portal for teachers. They open the portal, it was funny. Go portal, I will buy in 12. They close it the next day around 10 to 11. In fact, that very day, they close it. My dear, say they've exhausted the number of member pay. But how do you know? Because those are applied, qualified for the job, but you close it. It's a tactics because it was no problem. So still, the person is unemployed. I say, in that budget, you are resetting the economy, creating jobs and growth. Until one of the policy said create 24 economy, and that actually now could be say civil collapse, old market. Number put up new one. So one, a collapse the old market like pay those that are selling there. You've created some kind of unemployment there
for them
because I say some walk to a new place. What if some people buy space in a new place here? Means they're being allocated. So you have increased unemployment. Meanwhile, the 24 economic markets are ready. So the effect of the budget on the lives of Andama is that, Mommy, I have not felt it.
Okay.
Despite Mommy, in fact, I have not felt anything. So if mom say me, I'm not feeling it, then what of you also be cross on? So the in fact, my touch on the infrastructure pool. Okay, one me one time. Second, I'm not that mama from Aguna Takwade. It's part of our main road here. Like even say as Aguna Takwade, because we wish rough road because it means get interior roads more thing. So on the road aspect, I a big push. But how many of the anti-west will be captured under the push?
But some
Aguna to but I think it's more just more. But if really, so when is she going to come on board? Until the taxes, until next year to your elections here now. So let's wait. We get they'll come on site and vote for them again. No, you should not play with our lives and minds. Budget, it will help. Remember earlier, okay, you understand the conflict between the revenue and expenditure. But despite the fact that there's a conflict, more basically by the policymakers here. Inti be set up to maneuver your way more and the also you have our share of the national cake. But seriously, Anta was if not this Pragia and this Okada Mega Anta was here. Yeah, Galam says most what they are doing here. Like brother, ask yourself, okay, how many of our youth are unemployed? And that alone will even encourage some kind of social vice and stuff on the communities, which Mesulabua. Until 2026 budget, we've not felt it. You're hoping care review it.
Okay.
Maybe they will start to work on it more.
Okay, you've not felt it, but I say or somebody will say inflation is stable.
Yes.
Exchange rate is stable.
Yes.
So why say you have not like a feeling?
Okay. So inflation is stable. Exchange rate is stable. Mamva the med go for electricity. Semi juma. Why juma? We will pay for light bill. And okay. Until first say, can we say inflation is stable? You okay. First money inflation was 22.6 is a 3. Nimu to a light bill. Mutu be 1,000 cities then time. In inflation, single digit to 5 point something. I think it's now been 2.6 or something. Inflation rate. Okay. But then, mutu a light bill 1,003. See, yaba buku no economics here. It's different from practical or life economics.
Okay.
Although the indicators say in fact they tell us how the economy is moving, but our backgrounds here, indicators are they having positive impact on the menu on the ground here now.
Okay.
Into reliably, see, like this year they increase public sector is best like 9%, but they increase utility bills by 13%. Into Adanukuni to by 9%. And increase utility by 13%. Although extra 4 way, so that go against your salary. So you should not use the book, the indicators in the books to come and just create confusion in our minds as Ghanaians. Things are right, things are not right.
Anyway, things are not right. Like you said, Oliver Twist, we always ask for more. But the question is, we are in 2026.
Yeah.
Government rally Zulu 2024. Remember, let's say I'm a tea better day. I don't know. Okay, in terms of infrastructure, yeah, but that money yeah, on the bezo. Fine. I think you said okay, your rules near the day. You earlier alluded to that. Now, fast forward, we are having a budget review.
Yeah.
If you're having a budget review, I remember we were told agenda 111 in the previous budget. Government has allocated 100 million Ghana cedis or dollars to complete 10 agenda 111 projects, of which more and that Bukro more. We have not seen anything yet. Going into this mid-year budget review, my question like, what should or mother I expect as and a mother and I'm as expected from this mid-year budget review?
Okay, so I think already Moza touched on about the infrastructure aspect of money. So one main thing, the government took over 2025 January. So in the 2026 July. So they spent 1 year, almost 7 months or so. Okay. And I cannot count on single infrastructure development and the start to put municipality. If maybe me, I don't know. But those that bad medicine. Example, the Bokro Hospital. I think the former president commission start using. To our surprise, later the things money will move commissioning before the back. So government may didn't do as well. I had to come to as well. You also in your budget, you said you've allocated money to start those agenda 111 hospitals. Now own. That's not my shit. But you see, remember earlier this government, before any ministry can start to spend, after the seek for approval from the finance ministry. Unlike then time money, any ministry can just spend. Later you bring a report to the finance ministry. Scam plan because of the inflation check into. If you want to spend, bring reason why you want to spend that amount of money, then finance ministry will approve before you spend. Okay. In TBA, the approval will go through. I can't tell. But Mami expect this review. If nothing at all, by the end of this year, do you have any of the agenda 111 running so far?
No, none of them as we speak is
running. If nothing at all, what time of people can get 10? They've allocated that amount of money to start it. If not this year, you could not own, should start running. At least when they came, there were this one D1F. You collapse such policy.
Yeah.
Which was meant to create jobs. And most of us create job and growth here. But you collapse one D1F. No problem. What of the under 111 hospital? America's car. So it should not be like can parties start linty mba. Let's allocate funds for them. I mean expect this review the hospital in Kunda own can start running.
Okay.
And they can also start to put up, because if I spend 2 years, now you cannot count on a single infrastructure development model put up by your government here. And that'll be a headache during the elections.
Okay.
And in our economy, we look at such kind of development before they vote or they elect. And see, me expect improvement in their policies and that of the infrastructure development as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that is Same. Agenda 111 more government even more a was in the previous budget. Yeah, complete na ya static use me expectation and so budget 2026 media reviewing me ye gwazuro more edi or more nkomo ya yesa sɛ same kredi ɛwɔ Anda University. That's what on the zoo consul can ye the zone. One day may ye saha more you need or more uncommon. Yapaka yetwa yaonia yaba say for show yafa yetwa also.
It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, We cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded. Brave. It's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded. Brave. It's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded. Brave. It's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded. Brave. It's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded. Brave. It's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded. Brave. It's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded. Brave. It's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV. Grounded. Brave. It's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light.
So Mao Akwaba Dako Mfamba West Coast TV zo Coastal Morning Show ye wane ye wazi ma ye leso Ghana mane titu and that mane West Coast TV ye wo agunanga da ADB Bonsane Isolo Kedela Ezasola ako YouTube ya ye transmitted live our kene Ezasola TikTok so ye wo live our akene me yesa na ke for o comment bra for o views bra like it na share your program na menu vloso bon ma e kolezro woni ye waze de amade nkomo ye dia titiri finance minister a budget call parliament that is media budget review local parliament my parliament okay read more na suba review na by approve whether to spend whether not to spend whether to increase new taxes, not to increase new taxes, and a whole lot. Me, ya wane ya was more, ye di or more unkomaya. Now, in the first place, people, ye bomle ya be some sort of expectation or more uncle come. But it be a dahane, na budget people is there for melamina. So.
I see.
Say something.
I think you will too make a scenario about my car spending and yes, out of you could kunza a woman. Nti menwe afa affecting the woman. Nti suppose I could be a cocoa anymore. I got all the was come out sending him a yap car. Yeah, do la mania car. It was come out, it was sending into a closer was not at a day. Okay, come wedding. Nti mukwa nhele kwa mkodo FS ya also as we now at the day me the budget was for you
okay
nti that's the budget in the way nti your friend money no money must the same thing
okay
was ko yo peke ye ebo me was come away as nti ke bu adme so ya den gonda ke na dey me ye first ya na ya wa money me the budget
okay okay so briefly me ele budget say ya budget the more financially stable. I'm not that. So every day we do a budget. We do a budget. I am not able to do that. What I'm the last 6 months. I hear that. The command is the budget was what they were very small even with that, because they were not even looking at a rate like that. They were looking at the rate somewhere 4.2, something like that. So we are also looking at how has the economic growth in the GDP. We still have two sectors that look at all your GDP, all your data, exchange rate, how they fairly start to start acting so we have been doing 11 to 12 to over the period. Sometimes they do more management of economy. So the government hasn't done macroeconomic projects. The government hasn't done it's fairly but talking about the moment you begin to inflation has some causes. Okay, one of them has to do with Bank of Ghana mopping cash from the system, so that you don't have more cash in the system. It's keeping good so as the party go up. Now, a buyer, the disadvantage is we are sacrificing development because government will want to see money. So they are so many I had a the government is not going to the government is not spending. Government will do the monetary policy. So the government is not so we ask yourself, we need to connect the people individual development that contributes to the business of government. You ask yourself, this is now that is the way government takes money to the people. The government is a government contract I don't know if they give contract a lot of people. Now, pocket pay them. Money comes into their pocket and we are now in the let's go back to the now what is the current treasury rate, treasury bill rate? What is the meaning? People, it serves as a disincentive for people to now go and give their money to government. So government is now collecting money from the people. So the money are with us again. If the money is with you, then it increases your purchasing power. Then you expect to buy. Okay. When our purchasing power increases and we are buying, it means that you have more people chasing goods. But again, this is how it cancels from the system. If more people are chasing fewer goods, it means that demand will exceed supply. Aggregate demand will exceed aggregate supply. Until you expect, in simple economics, you expect the supplies to also react. But how can the suppliers react when they don't have the resources to react by increasing supply? But you also remember, Arane has done well, especially the BOG, where they have decreased the policy rate. By decreasing the policy rate, it means that now businessmen, producers can now go and now get credit facility at a lower rate. Now, once you get the credit facility at a lower rate, you can now expand and produce. So people are now going for facility at a lower rate to expand and produce. People are demanding what comes in. So simple thing is that you come back to the same rate. It is only when many be demanding, pushes prices up here. But if people are demanding, you also supply. It comes back and you all come back to the same price again. And see, now, Arane is not taking money from us because the treasury bill rate is now low. People don't have that interest again to go and give my money to the government. The government want to take money from our pocket. That the government now increases the treasury bill so that the monies are with us. We can now buy. But again, the policy rate and the prime rate on which a commercial bank they loan or BOG has been reduced, telling them that the commercial bank now also ought to reduce the interest given to people. And this time around, if the interest given to people is and you can check from the banks, businessmen can now go for loan, produce, and therefore we come back to this. And that is why, and again, the loan we are for any tax this thing. Rating fairly stable. Unlike first Mobile clock was 17 Ghana cedis, 15 Ghana cedis. From 11-12 has been a bit stable for now, and that one is what is happening. So for me, I know more than and when the budget is being read today, they'll give us more insight, and that will help us to know. Okay, getting to the end of the year, if a basic thing, I'm not expecting them to introduce tax bill. Because it's good. I mean, man, when some of these meetings equals well, you expect a new tax, and from NDC, MPP, Arani to Arani, the strategy has been
they rub it out to people. You'll be there and you say, oh, but cancer nuisance tax be. At the end of the day, then they introduce another one. You reduce the key. I think we need to move from taxation to production. Yes, we need to move from taxation to production.
Okay, so talking about you not expecting any tax increment, what review are you expecting?
But so
aside tax, what needs to be reviewed?
For me, I'm just looking at a different strategy of getting increasing government revenue. The only problem we've been facing over the period has to do with we are unable to tap into the informal sector. So IANIS should come with a strategy, a policy where we're able to bring a lot of people into the bracket. You see, your tax burden mostly lies on government workers and other private workers will be registered. So it's only the direct taxes. Mostly with the pressure. But those in the informal sector, we don't mostly tap them. And the government should widen the tax net, find strategy to bring them in. And then again, government expenditure, more leakages in the system through corruption. Government should find ways and means to reduce the leakages through corruption. Sometimes corruption, it is not politicians, the civil servants. I can hear issues. The department and the other places, agencies. I can hear we should to reduce the leakage. When we reduce the leakage, you will see. Now, when the park met schools and the other corporations, you see sometimes you ask them and you need more assembly, you need more we should find ways and means to reduce also. And there are certain things in terms of leakage, there are certain things that take money from the economy, and we don't normally look at them. For example, if you go galamsey, yes, the ripple effect is that at the end of the day, we would have to spend more to treat the water. We would have to spend more to build, to buy certain medical facilities. We would have to spend more and do so many things. So we just need to look at other more indirectly anymore. We don't see its effect on the economy. But at the end of the day, they also contribute to the leakages. Money that could have been used to do different. At the end of the day, so one, I'm not expecting I need to introduce taxes and increase any tax components. But in terms of revenue, I'm looking for a different avenue, and one could be broadening the tax net to cover many of the informal sector. Then one issue more deal has to do with government corporations and like government enterprises. How more so tall so we are. I'm also looking at if government can push something into the railway sector because he did work to revamp the railway. But this time I went the Bella, the case about training big, but they should put there's certain things in the economy. So I have a friend more Russia. He tells you Moscow, Russia by capital, Moscow, and maybe by second capital, Petersburg. Look at the train system of Moscow and Petersburg. You can even stay here in Agona and work in Accra.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you can stay here and work in Accra. And once you are working in Accra, you don't need to stay in Accra because within an hour you can leave here from Agona to Accra. So what's your problem? You close at 5. You can get to Agona in the next 1 hour. 6 o'clock you are in Agona. You don't have any problem.
No traffic.
You take a train from Agona, Azumi, from Takrady 5. You get to Accra 6. You can start work at 7:30, 8 o'clock. And that is something that we need to be looking at. Then I'm also looking at how government seeks to mitigate the flood issue. See, if that one is being captured and measures more around because become kind of leakages.
The issue is all these things can be achieved when the government has the money or the revenue. But the problem is that the conflict between revenue and expenditure has been there always. And it's the case that we don't have enough revenue to do all these things, the train, the railways and stuff. I was glad you said the government should expand or widen the tax base, include the informal sector. But in this economy, the economy is not that structured the way that they can sit behind their machines or computerize the system and then just tax the informal sector. Then it means that the only way, because so far they have that 1 cedi on a liter of fuel. So one way to tax the informal sector is that because the fuel is used mostly by the informal sector. So then, if you don't introduce new tax, let's increase the 1 cedi to widen the revenue space. But you see, other side has been this. Atuforsim could have just sought for external help. But here's the case, he says no external help. No IMF, no foreign bonds, nothing. We want to do everything domestically. And then they've also reduced the policy rate. The treasury bill rate has gone down. Meaning that even if you want to get revenue through the domestic bond, the rate will still be low. So the question mark here is, how do you mobilize revenue? Understand?
So I think government borrows domestically, but the incentive is not there for people to give their money to earn.
But anyway, I think talking about expectations, message is zone yenibenya Samuel Kojo Brace Kenny. We say, for me, I expect to see more deliberateness towards promoting local production, particularly agriculture.
Okay.
What deliberate policies is government implementing to boost local production and selling?
I think you see, for I'm here. We ours has been an agrarian economy until 2011, where we had oil money flowing into or contributing a greater aspect, a greater part of our GDP. Our GDP was heavily supported with agriculture.
Yeah, cocoa.
Yeah, oil is doing something great here. In the 2025 budget, there were a number of like policies towards agriculture. Some even towards purchasing heavy farm implements and equipment to support agriculture. They can make it kind. I'm always happy when I see local content, and local content as a local production and stuff. So I still believe that if Go First, for example, by April, if it's a the time we should still look for now, for so many years, we should have a local contractor that can take over. So I'm happy that man has been taken over by engineers and planners. There are certain things and that is also, I support this one. But the Keme kind, we want to see more. Government started in Kukon, a brilliant idea. The previous government started a one district, one factory. Unfortunately, this time around, we don't see the head and the tail of one district, one factory. Similar idea has to do with Nkokon. Now, issues are coming up. So these are some of the policies that we want to look at, especially in agriculture, because it's okay. We've not tapped enough of our arable lands. We've not tapped enough. We've not tapped enough, and you see, it should even go beyond just producing the raw material and even exporting them. The value chain. What are we adding to the raw material? Or when we get the raw product, what do we intend to add? The recent business summit more organized and that was by the MP. I think someone asked Grandma a question. The Bonsa Thai factory collapsed for a very long time. I'm sure it was because of the Ghana Rubber State here established here, because they could provide the raw material. At the end of the day, it is not functioning. What is the Madi Arane and what Madi Beleta one? And the man made us awake a bomb moment. It is not within their power to do it, but they break the Bonsata factory. Say it to you.
Come back to life.
So we should be deliberate and intentional in dealing with some of these things so that the economy can buy down back.
Sesame, I think the Ghanaian economy is an agrarian economy. Look, there's been theories and empirical evidence that if Ghana, cultivate arable land by indeed, we'll be able to feed the whole of Africa and even the whole world. Now, government upon government have come out with policies, planting for food and jobs by the previous administration. One district, one factory.
I think we had Operation Feed Yourself.
Operation Feed Yourself on one account. This government is one. That is the NDC government. Also was talking about Grow Ghana. Agri 24. A whole lot of fashionable policies or more out of it we had the Nkukwa Nkete or Monk account. Even in the budget, government was looking at build the local pharmacy app. In as a budget mobile review, we're talking about building warehouse, farm implement technologies, creating enabling environment. So far, and from the agri sector, what do you want this budget in terms of review to be done?
You see, so if they are to tell us the amount of money that we push into importation of only, just limit myself to Akolo. Akolo Jenny alone, frozen chicken alone, you'll be surprised. That billions of dollars to import only frozen chicken. Until ask yourself, if Nanka's country, because as lay Madini as Reno, what country do to just Amazaya as Ghanaians? You're crying and your color. How many are we? If a country like US can feed many to the extent it can import some to other countries, Ghana, you can equally do that and import. So me, I just expect all these fine policies from since this current government rally into administration. All these fine agriculture policies, we just present the policy to the parliament, it's passed approved, but the problem is implementation. How do you implement, how do you supervise, and how do you go about it? And one thing is telling you, the Ghanaians, some start one policy, agri policy. Now say after 4 years, it be a bar, and okay, or email a boy. One as 17%. It's come by in fact, the right things are they've collapsed it. It has scrap off. Meanwhile, so one district, one factory could have equally help Ghanaians. So I just remember, I think from the comments you read from the page, this one should be deliberate attempt. We as Ghanaians is that we are looking at how best to produce domestically to feed ourselves. So one, that amount of billions of dollars may fail import, although our cultural stuff it will remain the country. And that can be used to do other infrastructure development for the country.
I think there's another challenge, and Samokojo Breeze has also written again, is that farmers are producing. I mean, we have the local farmers, in the rice, so farmers are producing. Processors like my company are processing. Yet we are not able to sell as much as the foreign produce. What are we doing?
Another problem, Another problem. I don't know. It has been there. Say Ghana don't care. It's made in Ghana. It almost made it. But it's made in any foreign country there. we see some extent of quality that made in Ghana. And my blame you. The local producers have local rights. But the recent research, some local rights have been produced and supposed to rights. But then some years back, as a local rights, now compared to foreign rights, you can get a percentage of because I work in the war in the local rights. You understand? But now that things are changing, I think the who cares. It's the mindset. I do that. Because you like the local people that compared to the it is true. If ever compete the market for a portion of the total value that customers the problem. A domestic friend or local friend, different friend, they are not in the market. Yeah, that's the problem. Always make a price cost because you need enough support. The market, yeah, the point where the one aside maybe high quality that made in Nigerians, I don't say but they sometimes.
Yes.
Nigeria are pay what you said.
Rice now.
Unless ABA as a country, deliberately, you have to import rice again. I think we tried once, but actually, yeah. See, the amount of Usko may push for importation here. Because always the importation always see it more than that of the exportation. Beza balance of payment to put negative. A beza the everything
our international reserves no more account.
It will how. So I think this one is true. It's true. You need support from the government.
So hear this. This one is also coming from Samuel Kojo Brace again. He said, as for Ghana, we have just decided not to develop the country. I think so many things are possible to be done, but we are simply not doing them. Reasons, I can't tell.
Reasons, one, our roads. These heavy transport roads, most of them are owned by politicians. So you want me to go and develop the railways? And Mekane is carrying. Because if the railways are there, the manganese, all these heavy things, can use the railway, leave the road for us, the small cars. Anyone search it, made the one. Two, some of these import businesses, it's owned by the politicians. Into attempt to seize importation of rice. So it means that Ghanaians and policymakers, we know what to do as the right thing for the country. But one or the other, our selfish interest. Because may your many rights here, it can get business be so okay. Understand? So it's true. I'm not say okay. Yeah, baba. There are some pump fuel filling station be more. It's owned by the politicians. Zen idea. Zen idea. That's what I see. That's something in No, you can't say in the Zen should know who owns the Zen.
But it's owned by a politician.
A politician. And renowned one. I'm lazy.
But there's no problem.
There's no problem. But you see, the issue that where the Zen filling station away, it's okay here.
No, but don't single out.
I'm not saying anything, but look at all the filling stations. You see, say not quite Abuchi, but like movies here, their filling stations are not mostly close to Hanepe. But there's some meters away.
But even if you are making that assertion, I'm saying even a background like here, you don't single out the. But look at the rest. Abila, they are situated within.
Yeah, but clearly, I think filling stations should not be situated inside town.
You see,
yes,
that is fine.
That's what I'm saying.
It can also be situated maybe
if you honey people we show you
but you see once development also begins to encroach, once the negative one. But then what we should be doing is that we should be having a landmark area okay, at this point, even though Bessettle, as we make a Bessettle, the fuel filling station and Son of Chungwa bad yeah. There should be a landmark okay. At this point, we cannot, get closer. But I'm a man in the yeah. Aquacra. I'm a police station. In 2020, when the flooding happened more, dolly
as amazingly.
It's exactly. So Medina, gas filling station is killing anybody.
You can imagine.
So
we know the right thing. I'm a Ghana Kishime. Ede manamo. Chungwa years buying hand but from you honey and so Miss Kebezi because they travel. They know all these things, but yeah, that's when you jick making CBS you wouldn't.
Sir could you brace say as for Ghana, we have just decided not to develop the country. I think so many things are possible to be done. But we are simply not doing them. Reasons I can't tell.
Yeah. I mean,
are we our own enemies to progress?
Yes. But it appears our development right after independence by Kenya. Never compare recent one more. Okay, you expect us to move very fast. You need this. Let me just create this simple scenario. Get a TV and try to watch the Ghana Premier League years back when we're playing Kenafama Premier League. We're playing the Ariba Space Phone, those kind of like look at our pitches, look at the quality of football there. And then look at the league that we are playing here in Ghana.
Pitches.
Look at when Kwame Nkrumah and others started and look at today. When others have industrialized, now they are looking for new markets to sell. Now we are now thinking of industrialization. The thing is that every politician, every Arambela, every party that wins power bella comes with beautiful policies. But the problem has to do with implementation. Whether implement here has always been the problem. Next couple that I was looking at is I am at that point. But hospitals agenda 111. And Mepo big problem because whether care completely a be back complete example is Bokrodi. Whether I ran completely back completely, I ran completely what prevented I ran at that time to employ nurses. Maybe the argument will be Kenya election period. Well, I answer the complete the commission here. Then I ran a work any basic completely. Now in this year's budget, I ran a how much? 100 million for 10 of them
to be completed.
If Bokro was commissioned, it means that say 100 million to get other facilities and other equipment to make it say you so there. Then by this time we should see it moving. So some raise issue about importation. What puts pressure on ECD is high demand for foreign currency. Yeah. And we need a foreign currency just to buy the foreign goods. Over the years, politicians say, but have a strong taste for foreign goods.
For that.
Because you see, most of these importations are done by them. Most are done by them. He made mention of frozen chicken. Go to frozen chicken inside the okay. Big politicians, they are doing the business of importing. He made mention of big trucks hauling manganese and other resources from western north and the other parts to your harbor. But destroy one. At the end of the day, you ask yourself, okay, how many of your mom, your papa more can purchase that tract. So if the same person, I remember those days more Cape Coast. Level 200, hostel more rent, they the military be hostel. Yeah. So I was telling my friends, okay, in situation like this lecturer, if you put him on a committee, okay, but planning to build more traditional hostels or halls for the school, that will be owned by the school. Even they do the PPP partner, the other partnership. This lecturer will not put in much energy.
He'll be protecting his business.
Exactly. Because they feel this is a nice opportunity to do business. Come here. So it is our selfish interest that is putting us, that has put us, Ghana. You more we are not willing to do the right thing. Abila agents come on, and that is all. It is anchor. Come we're here some years back here. You say by use Kwakezi the Odo River, Bedred, Bayers, now go and look at the states. So it is about Mami Nibokodoko, and they don't care. That is why more Abila also doesn't care. Abila, now look at how people are flooding our market with inferior goods. Yannick mattress issue, Galia. No one cares. Any FDA, any standards authority, but be more bottom mattress can buy as well. Living local producers, what they can produce. So some made mention of Sakai and other products. Go to your market. We have quality AVV rice, proudly produced in Ghana. But we are leaving AVV there and want to buy other polished rice from. And once we are consuming foreign products, we are creating more jobs there. You are collapsing job here. Mam get this one. Second one is Thailand. You are demanding more from Thailand. You are not telling the Thailand company can produce expand it, invite more workers, more machines. They produce more na sato.
Because demand will high.
Demand. A buyer work here. A local company farmer meso he or she will be discouraged. But maybe here because some more 10 workers and I'm 5 become for 20 bars for corn but 5 land. At the end of the day, you couldn't baton work in your square. The foreign company a baton work puma you because if we are a repatriate to the square back to Joanzo. Then at the end of the day, more foreigners' contribution or GDP is great, but two on one. Because many boko outside there, but so that they don't own companies and doing any cases. In we are our own enemies. And one thing that is killing us has to do with partisan politics. In the party A Banua, you identify see more party B, you could collapse business. Party B bar, okay, be identified more collapse business. It is only in Ghana, political party bill bar certain categories of businesses and a group of individuals be business be business flourishing. When party based more such people be business bars. It is there. We've seen some people. And people always wait, they want to wait, may I a bar business course. And that is what more man.
And that is what more man. But I think earlier on you made mention of railway. And see, Kojo Brace again says brilliant point about railway. Just unfortunate how we haven't done what other countries have done. So when?
That Sky Train more rally conversation. But you see,
last time, from this joining, no, I think one of the social medias, a man that I've forgotten his name was giving, I think it's in the US, like giving some report. This Sky Train stuff, the engineers came to the country, studied Ghana for 4 solid years. Ghana, basically, in fact, they brought all their things. It was private and then that of government partnership. But yeah, they would run it for a couple of years to get their money back. Then they would leave the thing for the country. It had just one person. Now, one find the guy said, okay, they were seeking for approval from ministry. And ministry, they were direct to go someone's room. Ministry, what be they about the administration doing the government. But while the person, could feel making yanti, no give the approval. Yeah, Bazo. That's happening. But they can't. Why? Like why?
But Sky there as less the API
You see this thing. Say you can make pick or cretazo. But reality here.
No, but you see, that is why more this Ghanaian man in Netherlands, Kofi Badamada, comes in and he's through over radio station saying to have a Dutch passport and a campus.
Yeah, Mr. Kofi something.
Having a PhD in Ghana. Yeah, Manite Kanzaya. Sometimes it's unfortunate he made that statement. But sometimes you agree with him. Because the people with PhD, people with doctorate degrees, people with law certificates now, they are the one man in our economy. And you see, they always travel. But do honey.
But to honey.
So where from the idea of the sky train? Someone traveled, saw this and want to bring it here. But anything that involves procurement, anything that involves that is where the Ghanaian politicians always amass wealth from. Well, that's where the money will come from. Oh yeah. In particular, your economy, your robot, your economy to we cannot do it without infrastructure. Infrastructure is the engine of every successful economy. Clear? If a wake, you can just commute from Takrady to Ngala within 1 or 2 hours. Well, okay, Accra will not be too choked as we used to have now. Yes. But now, Adake, road it will take you like 5 to 6 hours before you get to Ngala. Imagine at that Takrady, how can you work there? Imagine you need to book you book appointment, you need to meet your client, and these are some of the things
economy
cause. We are struggling to develop or construct major roads. Major roads you. Now major roads people but yele na mama mde street.
Ghana
Mama ada canvas.
In fact, I mean a problem.
I don't know what they do. A country with such resources, gold, crude oil, cocoa. What mention?
With all these proceeds, as level about your way, say yet as layer. You do a new Dubai, you lay a farm here. Okay, we can feed the whole of Africa and even the whole world. Yaz like a kepu without going into your gold in your market account, your work. And indeed, it's so. Sometimes I can't cramp anywhere more. Appended the land as more. I can't. But that is the system for you. And it also Yadmakojo Brace can doc we say, but they are going for $822 million loan. Sir, recently agreed by Parliament, so we are going for external support now.
But Atiforsen said
$822 million.
I've not heard of that because
yeah. Oh, but recently even free SHS.
Yeah.
But available for Parliament to seek for World Bank loan to reform that that area.
Yes, I think they are.
And so for external loans, we are going for it.
They are economy no more. For example, the free SHS. For me, I think it's a brilliant idea, but the whole thing we just need to have a second look at it, and see how best more to review. For me, I'm for it. It's a brilliant idea, but okay, a review where other parts might have a crack over, other parts might have a crack over, so how best more we can do it. for now, I think feeding is not a problem because I mean, the schools that I know.
What of this policy? I've been asking myself, was it because Party A started this, so change, that's why Party B should do this policy? After tertiary year 1, I think first year.
Yeah, I did no fee stress.
No fee stress
for year 1.
For year 1, yeah.
But is it okay?
But okay, we have a mentality. Okay, once you're able to enter, the rest you will still find. Ghana ni may say, "Mukulu ni ya si o na mulu ni ya some mepe whane na." So
for me,
I allocated almost 537 million Ghana cedis for that.
So for me, name free care because the previous government maybe started or initiated.
Of course, it was a political.
Yeah. So, but you should sit back and look at this whole thing.
It was a campaign message. Look, the difficulty, the challenge, Ghana is that we have NDPC more. They are just there as white elephants. More Yavabe Yejuma. You get it? National Development and Planning Commission. They are supposed to plan for Ghana. It's a commission. And they were main work to Akabe. They should plan Ghana. This is what we need.
Then we have the 40-year development plan there. But no one
now we are moving by parties' manifestos. Into my member, some for free SHS and farm by
I think it should be that if the 40-year development, the manifestos should now give us how ABC can be achieved. That's how the manifesto should be. Okay, so we want to implement free senior high school. Let's say 2030. Okay, free tertiary in 2030. If you are giving us manifesto, tell us if you get there, how do you intend to achieve it? How will you do it?
You see where the difficulty lies. The parties, okay, are not legally bound to follow what the 40-year development plan is. You get it?
That is not there, but I'm saying
their manifesto is their own product. They develop it in such a way that they will get votes from the people.
Yes, let me say, we are trying to solve an issue. And the issue is that let's get all the processes, all the more that will make it binding on them. This is what you need to adopt. This is what we adopt. But I'm saying that even though you say have to get a message for your people, then the message should get towards how you can achieve that plan.
That plan will not get them political capital votes. So they will shy away from it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Okay, the more years, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to achieve.
The more years,
yes. But that one, the more years,
exactly.
It is the duty.
Yeah, that about 40-year development plan. Okay, more years.
No, can't be like here. No,
many people know majority, or let's say the elite class, the rulers, the politicians, they know. So why are they not adopting it in their manifesto? Because their plans more. It will not bring money into their pocket.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
It will not get them votes.
You need the citizenry to know what is happening. Right from that, they will know, okay, we are not coming with too much fancy manifesto because there's a direction that we need to go. But again, if the development plan says that by 2030 you need to get a free tertiary, how do you
get there?
Intend to implement that? So Party A now brings in strategies. Party B brings in strategy. That will be the message to the people. So your manifesto will tell us how you can implement
the plan.
Yes, achieve the plan. Another person's manifesto, and that is how the your manifesto will still catch the
I get you. That's a brilliant idea. But you see, there is also this theory that leadership is a reflection of society. Leadership is a reflection of the people that you are leading. What the people want is what leader they appoint to do for them. You get it? Into I can fine, brilliant. But is it the case that I'm a payer?
No, if that you see, the Ghana is older than Singapore. But look at Singapore. So it's not what the people want. What as a nation, what we want. So if the party fellows want A and the whole country want B, then let your manifesto gear towards B.
But have we gotten there yet?
No, that's what he was saying. Say one day you create one day that thing will come, whereby a political party manifesto will gear towards what you intend to achieve.
Sabakojo say, but 1D, 1F was cancelled by this government.
It is cancelled.
Anyway,
but you mentioned Singapore. Oh, yeah. And you see, Singapore gained independence in 1965. After gaining independence in 1965,
look, I mean,
7 years before.
Singapore did something. One, they created what we call political stability. And by creating political stability, they built what we call strong public institutions. Most about maintaining law and order. One thing that they also looked was to fight corruption. And they did what we call the strict anti-corruption laws, where they empowered investigative bureaus to undertake a strong investigation. Then they also focused on education. And they focused on education. Basically, they emphasized on science, mathematics, technical training. That's what they did. And they also tried to attract foreign investment. They also went into industrialization, how best they can industrialize the economy. And they did what we call, they built affordable housing and developed world-class infrastructure. All these things have been in our books. I mean, sustainable development goals, we said we're going to do it. Millennium Development Goals, There's an agenda by Africa, agenda 2030. 2030, yeah. These are things to guide us. These are things to guide us. The theories that you've read about how economies will grow, you remember they know all these things. The big push NDC is implementing now. The big push the economic theory that says you tackle major infrastructure in the economy and it has a ripple effect on other sectors of the economy. This is a very simple economic theory. Oh yeah. They know all these things. But again, politicians always choose policies and theories that will favor them. There's another theory that talks about the value chain theory. If we are adopting the value chain theory, we will industrialize our economy with ease. Because the value chain theory will tell you that, say, utubanchia, wa banchen, nefokwa kalo no kotone. Fokwa training no kotone. Fokwa ship no kotone. Uka mele banchen. A starch you no more. You can use the starch for something. The dough can be used for something. You can sell the dough, sell the starch separately. Now you have money coming from different angles. Oh, yeah. But I've said, Ghana may will continue to talk. Maybe I'm a die. Yeah, they be cousins. But it doesn't seem they be so cousins. Politicians will come, Aranekara. They come and do similar thing. They sing the same song. And it's about comparison. And some of these comparisons that and it's about comparison because it's fine. Equalization. If when you raise or you call about party A, you will go and look for years back more party B did. But meanwhile, party B did also the B. Mintia bad to mind or but you keep the same. We keep on doing the same mistake.
And I put the book also upon a Krewa Junior. You are doing politics.
Yes.
More parties.
Yes. Yeah. Into politics, man, it more the baba, but I be handicap for Amir Blacks, man, to reba
Well, anyway, yeah, Mary, but my host Sami Kenina me take a final words on discussions may I have so far.
So, ma'am, for in the think election is like a review in parliament. So, what I'm expecting from the finance minister and okay, the promises and then the spending by spending, hoping they will start to do so. To me, miske for our revenue base it was
okay.
If because Melamonzo, if I hear of any slight increment in any task bill, I'll be okay. Like miske in his school. But going out to outsource from the external help person, maybe if the finance minister would think of that.
Okay.
Go the read care they see for 8 million is it dollars or cities?
Dollars.
800 million.
$822 million.
Yeah.
So which would so if Menti they will not increase the tax base or any tax rate, they are fine. But I know for sure it's a review. So I don't expect anything new bill with taxing.
Okay.
Probably the new ones say this year around November, and then we wait for against next year can push inside. But it should come and tell us what the way to go for the couple of months may have to the year to end it.
Okay.
Not even the way forward.
Okay, all right. So Rich, election our parliament.
Yeah, election I wanna case the IMF marry. So I'm expecting Quebec and Homojoko and bon
but we've done extension and it's about policy credibility.
Yeah.
But they are there to check our policies, whether we are doing the right thing.
So finally, when it comes to the bailout is idea, maybe we are done. So we are done madam measures here because we will not go back. We will not go back. Near the 19th time. We will not go back. We will not go see what and what. Okay, yeah. So that the cameras are harmony. Every government you spend, but before you spend, you need money before you spend. So that your revenue can be generous. For borrowing, no matter what we borrow, from the domestic market, from the foreign market, we borrow. Oh yeah, but just that borrowing from the IMF comes with a lot of conditionalities. I can hear issues where, unlike other one more we get from the other markets. And see, borrowing we will borrow, but you borrow let us use it for the purpose for which we borrowed the money for. But because if one be what the cabinet say some years back, I can be borrow Uzukwa for that one, none you could borrow Uzukwa for some one year. There's a problem. I also urge Irani, okay. President Mahama should keep up to his promise of continuing projects started by previous government, so that we don't come again to incur different costs on some of these things, because that thing is what they more a Hagana map. You go to so many places, affordable housing more. So I can be sure to imua halin the beno. Anyoros imua wu. I can electorals and they started their work. All because we want to gain some sort of political scores and capital. And see, in there, what will happen? And see, I'm them the care, Sebakangavia, say about Boazi. Now, I'm wearing here, to the layman. The best budget, the best economy is from the person's pocket. There should be proper reflection in the pocket of Ghanaians. And that is when we all see, okay, I am able and modern.
All right, that is where we see Karane able and modern depending on Ukodokuno how more equal. Electable say a parliament now. You have a feed, you have a yaran to watch the page, the space on YouTube, that's all. Your TikTok na Facebook a technical problem just me was more yeah resolve it. Electable, but your parliament. It's yellow coy baby, but after care review a guy says that's about boys and now come would more. Title poor me would mama Emma and that money budget me would mama farmer and that money. akane ye kehira pa menti melibom na mela me guess my basi yawo teacher Sami credit ewo Anda University as well yawo say Richard Bentu Mosu credit ewo Anda University teachers Sami more business department, right? Yeah, as well Sir Richard War Economics Department, and indeed we are looking at the business and the economics aspect of budgeting more represented. So we are hoping that he's a senior, then we will delve deep and inside into the budget reviewing. Earlier on, so Quindazo Valley Sports Debate, Eva Ewele, that's what I say. Namelami production team, 1,000 for Ojoko Che is on the zoo. Sofu Suwa me yeah MC Baba pa idamada in the camera ni the bella mamela edaso yase na komela moso mo ehlaliye ewo YouTube TikTok na avale o comment no o message si ava arialiye mam daso mela wase bebre ke rebela anyamale akna yewo na yeli nkomo yehrama ekolo zuro ewo Ghana maneno Mame mo milili ejima won chiame but from me Emmanuel Kofi Yabua ezaso ya akọ ondozo konwosuwa but from me Nana Kofi mo ase sefeseke.
It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of Ahanta, voices rise with purpose. This is where stories breathe, where truth finds light. From news to culture, from the village to the world, we cover what matters. We speak what others won't. West Coast TV, grounded, brave, it's ours. It begins on the coast where Ghana greets the sea. In the heart of